Hello fellow adventurers, Poisey here. This video is dedicated to our Druid comrades. Today I'll guide you on acquiring the latest Druid forms introduced in patch 10.2, Guardians of the Dream. Brace yourselves for there's much to cover, so let's dive right in. Let's begin with the Moonkin forms, arguably the simplest to obtain. Once the patch is live, visit your barbershop and you'll find them all waiting there for you. However, there's a slight twist. One of the tints for these forms requires a bit of effort. This particular form drops from Tindral Sagaswift, one of the bosses in the new raid Umbraclaw. Moving on to the bear forms, let's start with the charming new Runebear form. You can obtain this form from the New World boss, which as usual will be marked on the map. So if it turns out to be a farmable drop, don't fret, as you'll likely be taking on this boss every week. It's a straightforward task to complete in a group, and you'll also earn reputation with a new faction. Additionally, there are two distinct bear forms to acquire, the Brustlebruin and the Umbraclaw. Let's dive into the Brustlebruin first. The green variant can be obtained from Mora the Slothful, a rare creature dwelling in the Emerald Dream. You'll discover this rare snoozing in a cave, as showcased in the map screenshot tucked away at the rear. The coordinates to locate Mora are also provided. The next one is the ash color of this model. So this is from the pollen-fused Brustlebruin fur sample. This is incredibly easy, you just go to these coordinates on the map, 6339. You pick up the first sample and that is the item that you use to grant you the form. As simple as that. Now let's look at the Umbraclaws. The first one is the brown one, so this comes with the use of the silent mark of the Umbraclaw. Go to Thalashar Groveheart and buy silent mark, then you need to use it 10 times on the relevant creature within the Emerald Dream to learn its appearance. Once you've done that, the item will then transform into the item that you can use to grant you the form. So next is the white version, the Loamy Umbraclaw. It's purchasable from Talisa Whisperbloom at the central encampment for 1 seed bloom, or chance to drop from emerald bounties when planting gigantic dream seed. The black version of the Umbraclaws comes from Moza Umbramain, which is another rare in the Emerald Dream at coordinates 5436. So again, good luck on getting this one nice and easy. Now let's take a look at the Feral Druid form, the Dream Saber. So the blue one is a kind of complex one, requiring quite a bit of traveling. First of all, go and get the vials. So go to the Emerald Dream to coordinates 5525 and loot the box, open that to get all vials. Then you need to fill up vials at Moonwell's locations, coordinates in the table. Let's not elaborate on this point, I'll provide the paths in the description for your convenience. Combining all filled vials will give you coalesced moonlight. Bring it to the Feral Dreamstone in the Emerald Dream and use it near the Dreamstone. A chest will spawn nearby containing the appearance. So let's move on to the purple version. This actually drops from rare in the Emerald Dream called Keen-Eyed Kayan, and he spawns around the iridescent thicket area, and he seems to patrol around, so have a little look around for him. I found him at coordinates 4150. There is also a green version of the Dream Saber, and this is with the silent mark of the Dream Saber, so one of the 4 items that you bought earlier. You'll need to attune this one with the Hunting Dream Sabers. If you need help with new Druid forms or any other Druid forms in the game and don't want to spend a lot of time farming them, check out conquestcapped.com. It's a trusted boosting service rated with 5 stars at Trustpilot. They can get you any Druid form or other WoW service without ban and account sharing. Check out link in description. Okay, let's graduate up into the travel forms, and let's first talk about the flight forms. Now there's some lovely new Somnowls, some little owls that we can now turn into, and the first one of these is from the Konzu questline. This is incredibly easy to get. When you make it to the main hub area of the Emerald Dream, you will get a quest to go and speak to Konzu. It is scenarios in the central encampment that will give you this quest, and the final quest in the chain is called The Answers You've Earned. Once you've completed that, he will give you the item to grant you this form. Now, the black and the red version of this mount comes from Mark of the Slumbering Somnowl. So what you need to do for this is go around the Emerald Dream and cast Hibernate on various Somnowls that are scattered around the zone. Once they're hibernated, you can then click on them, and that'll grant you a soft Somnowl feather. Once you've got 5 of those soft Somnowl feather, you then combine that with silken thread from any sort of tailoring or general goods vendor, and then that'll give you the Somnowl feather strand. Now you've got that. You just need to combine that item with a runed Writhabark, a 3-star one, so it's got to be max quality, and that will then grant you the appearance. And then we've got the incredible one, the Feather of the Blazing Somnowl, a Anurelos Flames guidance. So what you need to do for this is, unfortunately, kill Fyrakk on Mythic difficulty. Once you get that, you do actually get it as a dragon riding mount. and if you're a druid, you get it as a druid form. Next up, we've got the swimming form, so we've got the Dreaming Naydra. To get this form, you have to do fishing in New Raid. Fish up 10 Awakening Sunfish and 10 Slumbering Moonfish in the waters of the Wellspring Atrium and Pit of Volcaros. Once both sets of fish are obtained, throw them back into the waters of Amirdrassil to receive stacks of Sunfish Essence and Moonfish Essence. Once all fish are back in the waters, you should receive the Buff Attuned Angler. With the Attuned Angler buff, go back to the beginning of the raid and fish in the biggest pool of water within the Wellspring Atrium. You should find a prismatic whiskerfish pool. Fishing in that pool with the buff will give you Xena, the whimsical whiskerfish. Throw Xena back into the waters of Amirdrassil to receive the customization. Let's round off this video with the other travel forms, the ground forms. So first of all, we've got the Dreamtalons, these raptor-tiger hybrid thingies. You can get one of these really easy, the kind of black-purple variant of it from Ristar the Rabid, the rare mob in the Emerald Dream. Location shown there in the video coordinates 4439. The blue and purple ones come from the Emerald Bounty, which is that seed event that I mentioned earlier, or alternatively purchasable with 1 seed bloom each. Green-red version comes from Matriarch Kiva, another rare in Emerald Dream. Location shown there on the map, but the coordinates are 4173. The whitey-green version of this form comes from the Silent Mark of the Dreamtalon. So again, this is one of the 4 items that you bought from the vendor earlier on in the video. The best location to attune this seems to be the area right next to the Matriarch Kiva spawn point. Then finally, we've got the Gladeharts. So there's 3 versions of these. The green one comes from the Silent Mark of the Dream Stag. So again, buy the item and then channel at 10 stags in the area shown on the screen here, and that's that one done. Well, the golden version of this mount comes from Inscription. So we will need to wait for inscribers or scribers or whatever you call them to find that recipe and make that for us. Then we should be able to either get it crafted through work orders or buy that on the auction house and just learn it straight away. And the final one is the Ashy version of this. Now this comes from the rare Talthoni Ash Whisper. Now this is another rare in the Emerald Dream, but it's a little bit more tricky, this one, as it has 5 different potential spawn points, which are all shown here on the map. So guys, that is how to get all of the new Druid forms coming in the patch 10.2. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, please do subscribe to the channel for more guides like this and leave a like on the video. It does massively help the channel, and I will really appreciate that support from you. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Any questions you've got, do feel free to leave them in the comments. And again, if you need help with this or any other Druid forms, visit conquestcapped.com. Have a great day. Cheers!